Hello everyone, and it is time for some more Lady Aces basketball action as your Mount Carmel Lady Aces, who are 19-4, travel to Olney to take on the Tigers, who are 12-10. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach. Max, coming into this one, Mount Carmel coming off a nice win last night, but a much tougher test here this evening against a 12-10 Tiger squad.
Yeah, they're 12-10, but they're also a 3A school. They've probably played a good amount of 3A competition so far this year too, Riley. So I expect big time for this to be a back-and-forth game early, kind of like we saw against Casey Westfield. They're going to knock down a couple shots, but I think as Mount Carmel starts to mix in this man-to-man and maybe even a little bit of 2-3 zone as they've been doing, that's going to be tough for Olney to guard score against. Then on the offensive end, I promise you this, there's not a chance that they can guard Macy Randall and Maddie Stevens inside. They have one player over 6 foot on their whole roster, and she played JV. So another one where you think, what are they going to do? How are they going to guard these the Aces? So I think this is going to be a good game for the Aces and a really good matchup for them.
This is the Coach's pregame show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue on Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Speaking of coaches, we've got to sit down and talk with head coach Matt McCarty prior to this one. Here is that conversation. Hello, everyone. You're listening to 100.5 WSJD. I'm here, as always, with head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, coming off a nice 30-point win last night, how do you make sure the girls are still fresh on back-to-back nights?
Just making sure our goals are intact. That's why we try to give them the goals, so their focus is on that and not on other things. And we know what we got to do tonight if we want to have a chance to clinch a share of the regular season conference title. We got to take care of business tonight.
Only coming into this one, 12-10, pretty good record comparative to the rest of the LIC. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
They got really good guard play. Starts with Weiler. She's kind of their leader here. She's a junior now. She was a big part of their team last year. She's an even bigger part this year. So we expect her to try to do a lot tonight. And then they have a nice little freshman guard. I believe her name is Fleener. She's going to be a really good player for them, and we got to make sure we keep those two in check. And they got the Gibson girl that's coming back from an ACL injury, and she's starting to play a little bit better. So they're kind of heading in the right direction. So we have to make sure we play well tonight.
We saw last night you guys throwing a little bit of that man-to-man, talk to you about it in the post-game. Do you expect to throw any of that to them here tonight?
Oh, absolutely. It's one thing I think we have to get better at, especially as we get closer to postseason time. And we've been doing a pretty good job of it. We just got to keep it up, make sure we're moving when the ball moves, be in the right spots, and we keep getting better at it.
Do practices start to ramp up with the intensity the closer we get to March?
Yes. This week, not so much intensity since we have 4 games, but especially after this week when we're really starting to get to postseason time, and we got to really make sure we're focused in and hitting the things that we really need to hit on before we hit postseason time.
What does a week like this, where you do have 4 games, do to prepare the girls for a postseason feel when they'll have to do the same thing?
It's pretty hard. Luckily, I have really good girls. They watch film on their own. Today they were told last night, we got a couple games of Olney on film, watch those games, and I just sent out a scouting report not long before we hit the bus, and they had to go over it, and we'll talk about it in the locker room. And so it's hard to prepare when you don't have practice in between games, but sometimes that's how it is.
All right, Coach, thank you, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Head coach Matt McCarty, great on the microphone. As always, this is the Coach's pregame show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. We'll be back for this Coach's pregame show and talk a little bit more about this matchup in about 2 minutes.
New year, new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $12,000 off. And take home a new 24 Ford truck now with invoice pricing. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. This is the year for your new ride at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now 0% APR, and Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing and up to $6,000 off. Come in and get yours today.
At Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center, we believe that sometimes a helping hand is all it takes for seniors to get their lives back on track. Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals are here to offer guidance and support, helping navigate the unique health and lifestyle concerns faced by seniors. Whether dealing with feelings of anxiety, loneliness, or unresolved grief, struggling with changes in mood or concentration, or coping with health-related challenges, we're here for you. Call Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center at 618-263-9116.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Back here in Richland County at Olney as the Tigers get ready to face off against the Lady Aces of Mount Carmel. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Gerlach. You're listening to the Coach's pregame show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. Max, coming into this one, Mount Carmel, as they have all season, beaming with confidence, but this is a team in Olney which has a winning record, might be a bit of a test for them.
Any game's a test. Mount Carmel goes into every game as the team to beat, and that's obvious. So they can't come out sleepy. They can't come out tired. They can't come out expecting to win this game. Olney's got a chip on their shoulder. They want to go win this one. They want to go be, the first team to really upset them in the OIC outside of Newton. But this is a tough match no matter what. You can't go into any conference game with a feeling of, hey, we're just going to smoke these guys, because inevitably conference plays most of what matters in the season. Outside of regionals, conference play is the most important part of your season. So they're 12-10. They're walking up to Mount Carmel, who, even though they're 18-4, I fully believe they think they can win, being the bigger school. They're a 3A school. Mount Carmel's 2A, and Mount Carmel hasn't beat a 3A school this year. So we'll see how it goes for them.
Certainly a lot of interesting narrative to be told, and that story will be told in just a few minutes. You just listened to the Coach's pregame show brought to you by Glenn's Auto Service and Towing, located on Wabash 10th Avenue and Route 1 South. The next time you need a tow, call 263-3285. National anthem on deck, and then it's time for tip-off. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn, and I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing Program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing, so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. You can take the opportunity to add additional weather stripping to your doors and to your windows. Use of caulk to try to seal up some of those cracks where the wind comes in. And one thing that's people oftentimes overlook is setting your fans to run in a clockwise rotation. Summertime they should go counterclockwise, wintertime clockwise, and that helps move the heat around your home more efficiently.
Back here at Richland County High School as the Tigers are getting ready to take on your Mount Carmel Lady Aces. First, the starting lineups for these two squads. These starting lineups are in memory of the co-founder of Mount Carmel Sports Boosters, H.D. White, and his wife, Helen. Starting with Mount Carmel is the five that you guys know and love. It's Riley Hershey, Maddie Stevens, Madeline Mann, Macy Randall, and Evie Sellers Max. Those five have gotten it done all year.
Yeah, they've gotten it done all year because they have a really good mix of shooting and a really good post presence. You have two bigs over 6 foot, and Evie Sellers and Riley Hershey can both knock down the three. And I feel like we leave her out a lot, but Madeline Mann does a really good job of handling the ball when we run plays for Riley Hershey to get some sort of open shot, and she handles it well and doesn't turn it over on those plays. So that's something that the Aces are going to have to use. And I can see as a smaller team, their primary focus is going to be to take away Riley Hershey tonight.
The Lady Tigers getting introduced now. We'll introduce them as they come off of their bench. First, at guard, Khalees Weiler, number 4. Weiler, a junior guard, sitting at 5'7" for this Lady Tigers squad. Next, for Olney is number 14, Taylor Bloomer. Bloomer, she stands 5'5", also a junior guard for this Lady Tigers squad. Leah Gibson, the third of the 5. Gibson, also a junior. She, so far, the tallest that has been introduced, 5'8". She stands also at the guard position.
And looking at this right now, Riley, they do have one player that stands over 6 foot, and she's about to be introduced right here. So she's going to be obviously who guards Macy Randall, but on the backside rebounds, it's going to be tough for them. And we all know that they're going to try to come out in some sort of zone, but they're going to get beat down. They're not going to be able to fend the lob passes, and you can't rebound out of a zone. I think I've said that the second most of I've said anything this year is just rebounding out of a zone is difficult. And if you aren't willing to box out and fight for every rebound, you're not going to get those rebounds. So they've got to be aggressive on the boards if they want any chance of stopping Mount Carmel from just dominating them on the offensive boards.
The final two starters for the Tigers, Flittner and Lemke, 24 and 30 respectively. Flittner just a freshman starting for this Olney squad. Randall and Lemke in center court, getting ready to tip it off. The ball is up and goes the way of Mount Carmel, who is in their road black uniforms, gold lettering, maroon down the side. They're going from left to right down the court, almost taken away quickly. Hershey with it in the right corner. Hershey up to Sellers, moving it around, eventually getting it to Stevens on the left side. Now left short corner is Randall trying to skip it all the way across to Hershey, who drives baseline from the right short corner, puts one up, no good. Rebound fought for, tipped in the air, falls in the hands of Randall. Bounce pass to Hershey, skipping it. Over to Stevens. Stevens left wing three, no good. Missed it. Offensive rebound, Hershey. Nice bounce pass down low to Randall, who puts it up off the heel and no good.
Already 2 offensive rebounds here for the Lady Aces, so we're going to continue to talk about how important the offensive glass is going to be.
There is the freshman, Aaliyah Flittner, trying to go coast to coast, drawing a foul. She'll go to the line for 2.
And if you're starting as a freshman at a 3A school, you got to be really talented at what you do, so I expect her to do a bulk of a lot of what Olney's going to do on the offensive end tonight.
Flittner knocks in the first of 2, starting the scoring here tonight. 7:20 to play first quarter. Just getting underway, 1-0 Olney. Flittner trying to make it 2-zip and does.
And that's not exactly how we expected it to go, as Mount Carmel had so many offensive rebounds as Olney tried to play that zone.
Sellers over to Hershey, left wing. Bounce pass left short corner. Stevens gets it down to Randall, left side of the window, the basket and the harm. She'll go to the line for a three-point play.
I know it said Olivia Lemke is 6 foot, but when she stands next to Macy Randall, even if Macy Randall's 6'3", she doesn't look 6 foot. So I think that they're going to continue to try to attack and get Macy Randall the ball in the post.
Randall missing the free throw. Ball ripped away and falls in the hands of Sellers, who loses the dribble. It's going to roll out of bounds, so Olney getting lucky there.
Yeah, and Olney's actually running more of a 1-2-2. I don't know how I didn't pick it up till now, but that's something that I really would want to see the Aces attack. Is they've seen 1-2-2 multiple times. They haven't done well against it yet this year.
Here's Flittner trying to drive, getting down right block, goes up, no good, rebound. Careening off of a Tiger player in Lemke. It'll go out of bounds. Aces basketball. Deuces early, 2-2, 6:49 to play, first quarter.
Mount Carmel's just not having anything fault. They've had 3 offensive rebounds right now, 1 even off of a free throw, so they've got to continue to attack the boards.
Here's Hershey, straight away, triple off the dribble, puts it through.
And they're going to start falling, and that's what we're seeing right now is as Mount Carmel can continue to get in a rhythm, it's going to be really tough for the Tigers to come back.
Flittner kicking, getting it to Bloomer, who drives. She kicks it, gets it to Gibson, who knocks in a left wing 3.
And if they start hitting 2, it's going to be tough for the Aces. I think as we said, we could see some sort of back and forth game here early.
5-5, 6:10 to play, first quarter. Here's Hershey, right corner. Bounce pass to Sellers, up top over to Mann. Mann looking around, passing it to the left side to Stevens. She skips it to the right side to Hershey. Hershey bounce pass into Mann, who gives it to Seller, right corner. Trey, no good, missed it long. Offensive rebound falls in the hands of the senior and Stevens, who puts it up easily off the left side.
Aces have more offensive rebounds than points right now, Riley, so you like to see that trend continue.
Gibson driving, putting one up, no good. Rebound Stevens. A quick possession there for the Tigers. Maybe not exactly what they're looking for, Max.
No, especially against as good of a defensive team as Mount Carmel is, or offensive team as Mount Carmel is. Every possession is your best friend. You want to make them work on the defensive end and really have to use their possession because you're giving them more opportunities to score if you waste a possession by going just too quick.
Evie Sellers with a long 2 in the left short corner off an inbound pass from Hershey. 9-5, Aces in front. Gibson launches another 3, this time from the left wing. Missed that one off the heel.
And they're not afraid to let it fly. And something Mount Carmel didn't do against Casey Westfield was just box out that well. Or close out that well. So they've got to close out here with a hand up, close out hard, and fire out, and not allow them to get as many open looks as Casey Westfield got.
Lob pass inside Stevens. Stevens right side, no good, got blocked from behind. Asking if there was a foul there, none was called. It goes out of bounds off of Stevens, so Olney will have possession.
She might have been fouled. I don't think she was personally. Looked like it got a lot of ball, and she just brought it back on down onto her, so it's a tough one to make, and here we're going to see the repercussion of taking too quick of a shot.
Gibson taking a 25-footer, missed it as it rimmed out. Here comes Hershey to Sellers, back to Hershey. Hershey stepping into a tray left side, no good. Rebound swatted down low off the deck. Eventually falls in the hands of Riley, who goes up right side, no good. Offensive rebound, Randall, who gets fouled for a second time here tonight. She'll have 2 at the line.
They have a couple defensive rebounds, but I would say the bulk of their rebounds has been offensive rebounds. I'm serious. I think they have more offensive rebounds than points right now because they're running this 1-2-2. They're getting themselves too far out, and they're making it so easy for the Aces to crash and get rebounds because they don't rotate, they don't drop in the zone, and they're just leaving the paint basically wide open for a backside rebound.
Randall knocks in her first free throw of the night there on the first. That Olivia Lemke, who we thought would guard Randall for most of the night, now with 2 fouls, so she takes a seat. Randall in the second free throw attempt knocks that in. Aaliyah Flittner bringing it up past the 10-second line now, straight away. Bounce pass inside. Gets it to Coker, who puts one up and in. 2 more for Olney. It was Mallory Coker.
I don't know how many times I can say it. The closeouts are just terrible, to be blunt. They need to close out better and get a hand up and not allow these open, almost uncontested shots.
Another offensive board from Randall there on a miss from Hershey. She has 6 early points. 13-7 the score, 3:50 to play first quarter. Bloomer all the way back at the volleyball line, thought about the three, didn't take it. Hands it off to Wheeler. Over to Flitner now. Flitner guarded by Mann, going right, getting all the way down. Tried for a long bounce pass, but lost it. Sellers loses it, trying to transition, so Gibson picks it up, and Olney with another possession. Weiler driving, kicking to Flitner, who kicks to Gibson. Gibson left wing drives, short corner jumper in the mid-range, no good, rebound Stevens.
Here, the Aces have, again, got to use this possession to feel out this 1-2-2 a little bit better, as it's given them fits in the past, but they seem to be working really well against it right now.
Here's Hershey to Stevens, long two, left short corner, missed it short, rebound Wheeler.
She hit a couple mid-ranges against Casey Westfield. I'd love to see her flash to the high post instead of getting in that short corner and let Macy Randall work on the short corner and block.
Wheeler a long three, missed it. Long rebound falls in the hands of the Aces. Randall up top directing traffic. 2:45 to play first quarter. 13-7. It's going to be an early Country Financial Agent T. Morgan timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Get ready for Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic. Experience an evening of amazement and wonder as you dazzle in magic and illusions live with world-class magician Jason Hootie. With a show featuring grand illusions, comedic audience participation, incredible sleight of hand, and much more. Get your tickets now and prepare to be amazed with Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic.
Back here in Olney as the Tigers take on your Mount Carmel Lady Aces. Mount Carmel in front 13-7 early in this one. Max Olney taking a lot of threes.
Yeah, Olney's not afraid to let these threes fly. They're seeing a lot of man-to-man, and as they know, Mount Carmel doesn't close out very well. I think I'll say that a lot tonight, is they don't really even get a hand up. They kind of just flail their arm when they see somebody go for a shot. I'd continue to let some shots fly and try to work against the Aces through the air.
Peach trying to get it to Mann. It was swatted at and tipped away by Gibson out of bounds, so the Aces retain possession. Olivia Peach will inbound it. She's freshly checked in. Peach looking to Hershey, tipped out of bounds, stays here. Peach once again coming to inbound it here on this near side sideline on the right side of the court. Peach into Hershey. Hershey right wing. Ball in her left hand, waist high dribble. Transitioning between right and left. Hands it off to Mann. Mann up top over to Hershey. Left wing. Driving. Getting to the left short corner. Down low. Macy Randall left block up. Left window. Good.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Just continue to feed her the ball down low and let her work in the post on this smaller Olney team.
Flitner to Weiler. Weiler up top. Crossing over. Handing it off. Never mind. Fakes the handoff to Gibson. Now skips it to Gibson, who lost it in between her hands back near the half-court line. Did recover. Tried to get it to Weiler. A swarm of Aces on it, but somehow Gibson comes up with it. Gibson kicking. Faking the three, and going down is Gwynn. Gwynn stops the dribble. Bounce pass right back up top. Tipped out of bounds. Stays here with Olney. Gwynn also freshly checked in here for this Olney Tigers squad. She's wearing number 50, freshman guard, standing at 5'6".
They've got a lot of freshmen that they're rotating in and out of this game. You know, this could be a really dangerous team in the future, Riley.
Bloomer checks in and bounds it to Gwynn. Gwynn looking to Flitner and gets it to her up top. Flitner crossing over to her left, spinning to her right, kicks it out to Bloomer, straight away tray, no good, missed it off the right side of the rim. Ball finds the hands of Sellers, who gives it up to Hershey.
They're going to try to live and die by the three tonight. Right now they're dying because they're just not getting anything to fall.
Man, a nice pump fake. Skips it. Sellers, straightaway bomb, no good. Offensive rebound, Macy Randall, who goes up, didn't get fouled and missed the lay. Weiler the board. Here come the Tigers. Weiler coming down right edge, getting back out to the perimeter, getting it to Flitner. Now to Gwynn. Right back to Flitner. They'll give it to Bloomer to direct traffic. Flintner has it, driving right. Euro step to the left, somehow passes it out, but tipped away and stolen by Peach. Peach to Hershey, right side, down low, right block. Randall goes up, reverse lay, the basket in the harm. Second and one of the day. She's in double figures.
They've got to continue looking for Macy Randall. Good job in the fast break. It's really one of the most simple, almost fast break plays, but they run it up the floor. They kick it out to the corner. Big runs down, posts up, and that is a perfect example of a live use of a drill that I see a lot of people do.
Randall does miss the free throw, so she's missed both and one attempts. It's 17-7, 10-point lead for the Aces, 45 seconds to play first quarter. Here's Gibson driving, kicking to Bloomer. Bloomer right wing, skips it to Gwynn left wing. Now down low, Coker. Coker travels before she puts it on the deck against Randall. That's going to give the Aces probably the last possession of this quarter.
Yeah, there should be no reason that they don't get the last possession of the quarter unless they're going to try to run what they really like to run of that backside lob play, and we'll see if they try something like that here.
Hershey driving, stops, short corner jumper, and that is Butter from the right side. 20 seconds to work for Olney, 19-7, Aces in front. Gibson, long left wing tray, no good, missed it front iron. Rebound Randall. Randall almost got it stolen, gets it to Hershey. Hershey coming down the left edge, getting down middle of the court, crossing back over to the left, getting middle of the lane, floating, and off the heel and drops through. 7 points for Hershey in the first quarter, 21-7, the lead for the Aces as the buzzer sounds. We'll be back in 1 minute.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. You can take the opportunity to add additional weather stripping to your doors and to your windows, use of caulk to try to seal up some of those cracks where the wind comes in. And one thing that people oftentimes overlook is setting your fans to run in a clockwise rotation. Summertime, they should go counterclockwise, wintertime, clockwise, and that helps move the heat around your home more efficiently.
Mount Carmel in front of the Tigers, 21-7, as the Lady Aces and the Lady Tigers come back out on the floor. Zoe Randall checking in for the first time here tonight. She checks in for Madeline Mann.
Yeah, he's going to try to get Zoe Randall in there more. He wants to really use his bench and rotate. She does a really good job at scoring in the JV games, as she seems to be more athletic than almost everybody on the floor. So we're going to see if he continues to use her heading forward in the year.
Driving in is Coker, skipping it out. Gibson, right wing three, no good, missed it wildly. Offensive board for Gwynn. Gwynn taking it back out to the perimeter, gets it to Gibson. Gibson driving, mid-range jumper, that one falls.
They ran her off the three-point line, and nobody came up to help when she got to the mid-range 15-foot spot. You've got to come up and help out your teammate who really hustled hard to run her off the line.
Hershey, middle of the lane, puts one up, no good, gets her own rebound, falls away, puts that one off the backboard, didn't quite fall. Here comes Weiler. Weiler driving, right side now up top. Getting it to Gwynn. Gwynn, one right-handed dribble, gets it off to Gibson, who drives to the baseline. Right baseline goes up, no good, missed it short. Rebound Sellers. Sellers right edge to Peach, who got bumped hard as she received the pass. That's going to be a foul against Weiler.
Yeah, she got trucked. Weiler went out with the wrong hand. She tried to tip it with her front hand and just ran her right over. So there the Aces have got to just continue to make some of these passes that they have ended up getting more open looks off of.
Hershey on the inbound, gets it in the right short corner, now coming back up top to the perimeter. Flintner just checking back in for Olney as well. Here's Peach to Hershey, to Sellers. Sellers right corner, thought about the three. Hershey will take a right wing three, missed it off the front end of the basket. Rebound falls in the hands of Stevens. She got it taken away though. Weiler with it. Weiler to Flintner. Back to Weiler. Pump fakes a three, drives, fakes out Hershey, puts one up, no good, couldn't roll it in. Offensive rebound for Olney, who got blocked by Stevens.
Good job there by Stevens, just getting her hands straight up, and she had to shoot it right into her hands simply because she's just that much taller than all the Olney players.
Hershey trying to skip it to Peach, got it taken away. Peach trying to recover, ball on the floor, same with a bunch of players. Bloomer comes up with it, gets it up to Gibson. Gibson one-on-one, takes an elbow jumper, missed it. Rebound Sellers, gets it to Hershey.
Good closeout there by Maddie Stevens. Had a hand up and was able to distort the shot.
Hershey. Over to Stevens. Now Sellers. Sellers left corner, thought about a three. She was wide open to take it. Eventually makes its way back to Peach, now Hershey. Hershey right corner, back to Peach. Aces taking their time here, trying to find anything open. Stevens, Sellers. 5:34 to play, 21-9, the lead for the Aces. Stevens, left wing. Got it tipped away, out of bounds, stays here, so the long possession will continue for Mount Carmel as Macy Randall checks in for Olivia Peach. So now Macy and Zoe both in at the same time.
And it's always nice to see sisters on the court, I guess you can say. And next year, Zoe's probably going to have a more excelled role like we're seeing her tonight.
Randall, left side of the window, no good. Gets her own miss, puts it up and through. What else do you expect from Macy Randall? She now has 12.
She might already have a double-double, too. She's had at least 6 offensive rebounds.
3 from the corner from Gray, who's freshly checked in. Defensive rebound for Randall, up to Hershey. Hershey directing traffic, guarded by Gwynn. She's now doubled. Hershey driving right, kicking to Sellers. Sellers back to Hershey, now on the left, getting down low, left block, Randall, and she just missed that one, was halfway down before it popped out, got her own board, thought about going up and missed. Here's Flittner, Flittner left wing, Trey, no good, air ball. Offensive rebound there for Olney. Here's Gwynn, she'll take a left corner three, she missed that one as well. Rebound falls in the hands of Stevens, who got fouled, trying to recover it. Looks like that's going to be against Aaliyah Flittner. Her first is going to be the second team foul of the quarter. 4:33 to play, 23-9, Aces in front.
Aces have really had a good first half so far. Got to continue to build on it and try to build an even bigger lead heading later into the game where you can't technically take your foot off the pedal, but you can get this to a running clock.
Hershey driving, stopping, puts up the shot in the short corner, couldn't get it to fall. Weiler with the rebound. Weiler trying to go coast to coast, stops, pops for three, bottoms.
They're going to live and die by the three, so if they start hitting, they're going to start living by it and maybe get this close with the Aces.
Hershey to man, 23-12 the score. Hershey left wing, gets it to Zoe Randall. Zoe Randall looking to her sister, couldn't find her. Hershey drives, middle of the lane, nice dump down low to Randall, who got her foot stuck on a player on the floor. No shot is called, going the other way on the offensive board from Zoe Randall.
No, that was a good rebound. She reached over the top of her, maybe just enough to get that. So I understand the call, but she did a really great job of staying straight up to get that rebound. Just at the end, she may have faltered just enough to get that over the back call.
So Zoe picks up her first. Aaliyah Flittner, she starts taking threes. That one was from the left wing and missed. Here's Madeline Mann. Mann to Hershey. 11-point lead for the Aces, 23-12. Hershey picks up her dribble, bounce pass to Randall. Randall skipping it. Mann, right wing, pump fakes, drives to the charity stripe, got it taken away. Ball on the floor and given to Flittner. Flittner now coming down right edge. She's going to go one-on-one against Randall. Euro step, left side, goes up and in.
There's nothing different you can do about that. That's a grown move for a freshman in high school.
Country Financial Asian Team working timeout for head coach Matt McCarty. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Mount Carmel in front of the Olney Lady Tigers, 23-14, but the Tigers going on a bit of a run there to force head coach Matt McCarty to take that timeout.
Yeah, we got to give her props. Number 24, Elia Flittner, who's a freshman, maybe made one of the best moves I've seen this year, girls or boys basketball. She Euro-stepped across the bigger defender, Macy Randall, to her offhand and made that layup. That really was impressive, no matter what team you're rooting for. And the Aces, they're going to have to stop the run here as Olney's got a little bit of momentum going for them.
Hershey will bring it up. Now passing half court, going to the left to Sellers. Sellers on the wing on the left side. Here's Hershey in the corner. Hershey driving, getting the short corner. Nice dump down low to Randall, left side of the window and in. Might see Randall and Riley Hershey with some chemistry early in this one.
Yeah, there's going to be chemistry there as 90% of the offense runs through them two in those high-low looks.
Gibson taking a 25-footer offensive rebound for Olney, but Gwynn got blocked by Randall. Randall, nice outlet pass to Hershey. Hershey driving, kicking. Sellers, short corner jumper left side. Can't get that one to fall. A little long. Rebound on the floor, falls in the hands of Gibson. Gibson right edge, brings it back, and now middle of the floor, taking her time up the court. Here's Gray. Over to Gwynn, now Gibson. Gibson driving, right side, puts it up, off glass, no good, rebound Stevens. Back to an 11-point lead for the Aces, 25-14, 2:05 to play second quarter. First half winding down in this one. Here's Sellers to Hershey, right corner. Hershey bounce pass, Sellers. Zip pass inside, charity stripe to Randall. Mann now has it, driving short corner, left side, puts that one up, floats it in. Madeline Mann scoring for the first time here tonight.
First time in a while, too. We don't see her score a lot, but she does a good job at bringing the ball up. Aces have got to continue to have this foot on the throttle and silence this Olney Tiger run.
Olivia Lemke back into the game for Olney. Here's Gwynn, now Gibson up top. Gibson to Gray. Gray handing it off to Weiler. Weiler driving, puts it up, floats it up, no good off the heel. Nice outlet pass from Randall to Hershey. Hershey coming down the floor, going left side, left block, goes up, the foul is called. They count the bucket, it seems, and that's going to be an and one for Riley Hershey, who now has 9, a chance to get into double figures.
You know, some Mount Carmel fans are agitated, but she got the foul after she was fouled the second time. I don't know why anybody would be really aggravated about that. She reached a little bit, didn't really slap her, so I don't see a foul there.
Hershey at the line, buries it. She now has 10. 30-14 Aces with a comfortable lead with the first half winding down, 1:13 to play first half. Here's Flittner up top. Flittner crossing over to a left, getting middle of the wing. Out to Gibson, who takes a three, no good.
Mount Carmel just continues to stop early when they close out. They chop their feet, but they chop them too early, and they slow their momentum down too early, where Olney's not afraid to let these three-pointers fly.
Sellers lets one fly from distance. Knocks it home on the right corner. Her first three of the night. Flittner to Gibson to Gwynn. Now Weiler. Weiler looking down low to Lemke. Couldn't quite find her. 30 seconds to play first half. Here's Gwynn. Gwynn left corner tray. Missed it long. Rebound falls in the hands of Gwynn. Offensive board. Here's Weiler. Floats one up middle of the lane. Can't quite get it to roll in. Defensive rebound. Randall on a dime up to Hershey. Hershey goes up right side. No good. Offensive board. Maddie Stevens who puts the miss up and in.
More offensive rebounds for the Aces as Olney just doesn't box out.
Flittner trying to go coast to coast and draw a foul. Couldn't quite do it. 3 seconds to work now. Stevens a couple dribbles. 2 seconds. Three-quarter court shot. Nowhere close. And that spells the end of the first half of action. 35-14 on the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard. The Keep It Spinner Home halftime show coming up. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Great victories start with smart plays. At First National Bank, we help you craft a winning savings strategy, whether it's for a new home, a dream vacation, or a secure future. Like a great team, achieving your financial goals takes preparation, patience, and the right partner by your side. With personalized savings plans and tools, FNB helps you make every move count. Your financial playbook starts here.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I'm Mason Gross. I am a marketing business management major at Wabash Valley College. You'll learn a lot about the business industry as a whole, and that really helps you to explore your options as far as to what's out there. So I'm doing my internship at Summer Real Estate in Salem, Illinois. Right now I'm working on getting my license. I am hanging around the office, going to showings, and doing everything I can as a non-licensee to get myself ready for when I graduate and take that step as an agent.
My name is Parker Linson. I'm a second-level nursing student at Wabash Valley College. We were able to get hands-on experience with a mannequin that has real breath sounds, real, lung sounds, and can cough and, do different things. That makes it really unique to have that kind of experience right here on campus. And then we've done clinicals. Being able to go into those ICUs and emergency departments and be able to see those critical patients, it is a very good experience. Being able to be in that position and look back to where I come from, it's just awesome to be able to have that experience.
At Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center, we believe that sometimes a helping hand is all it takes for seniors to get their lives back on track. Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals are here to offer guidance and support, helping navigate the unique health and lifestyle concerns faced by seniors. Whether dealing with feelings of anxiety, loneliness, or unresolved grief, struggling with changes in mood or concentration, or coping with health-related challenges, we're here for you. Call Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center at 618-263-9116.
Halftime here. This is the Keepeth Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investments scoreboard looks like this, 35-14 in favor of your Mount Carmel Lady Aces, who are on track to get their 20th win of the season. I'm Riley Angel alongside Max Sterlak. And Max, this Olney team really likes to shoot the three. They just haven't been hitting any of them.
No, they haven't hit much. They've only made 2 threes, and I think they've attempted upwards of 12. So Mount Carmel's doing their game plan. They're running them off the three-point line when they have open attempts. And when they're taking these deep threes, they're doing a decent job of closing out. They're doing a better job than they were, especially in that first quarter, of closing out and really disrupting the shots that Olney's been able to have looks at. There have been a couple falters, and those are the ones that we point out. But, you allow a team to 14 points, you can play a great defensive half. They're winning by 21 through 2 quarters. That's about 10.5 per quarter, so you got to feel good about that. If they do the same, it should be a running clock in the fourth. So Mount Carmel's got to keep the pressure on. They've got to continue to run them off the three-point line, make them go inside to the trees where they've consistently had their shots blocked. So Mount Carmel's just got to do what they've been doing. You can't change up what's working. And they've made 2 threes, which helps also.
Macy Randall has tied this Olney team by herself. Macy Randall with 14 total. And it seems, at least from us, even though we're not officially tracking rebounds, she's probably at double-double already. How important is it for this Mount Carmel squad to really get Macy Randall going as we head closer to March?
You just got to keep doing what you do. Their offense runs through her. They run a lot of high-low looks for Macy Randall and Riley Hershey to work together. And then when they're not doing that, Macy Randall's on the backside of almost every play that they run. She's left-handed and 6'3". They leave her on the backside block when they run that lob play, because if Maddie Stevens misses, she misses long. She's going to get the backside rebound because teams gravitate towards somebody when they get the ball. And nobody can box her out. She's just so much stronger than everybody that they played this year. So they're going to do a lot of the same. Keep her on the backside. Let her get her rebounds. She's got 10 offensive rebounds, I guess, already. So Macy Randall, it's not really going to be, can you get her going? Can you just keep letting her do what she does best, of get a lot of rebounds and score a lot of points?
For Olney, one of the bright sides for them in that first half, we talked about her a little bit, Aaliyah Flitner. She only had 4 in the scorebook, but out there as a freshman, the presence she has on the floor. You don't see that much, like you said, at the 3A level in a freshman.
Yeah, well, she does simply one thing really well. She handles the ball. She handles pressure. She's not somebody that you're going to go out there and you're like, hey, I'm going to pressure them and they're going to turn the ball over because I put so much pressure on them. There's not a real decline, even if she is a freshman. And she made, as we've said, one of the best moves I've seen all year. I think as a 20-point lead for Mount Carmel, we can say that as that was one of the best moves I've seen by a player, boy or girl, all year. And I've commentated a couple of WVC's games, and I haven't seen any of them make that move either. So you don't see players like that a lot. You don't see people make that Euro step, finish off their offhand with their off foot with their offhand. Got myself sped up, but I think that they need to try to get her the ball more. I don't feel like they've worked it to her. They've taken so many open shots that they haven't just worked the ball around on the offensive end. A lot of Mount Carmel's points have really came in transition too. They'll get in transition, and if they miss, get their own rebound, and even if they make it, there's just 2 more points, Riley.
So the Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 35-14 in favor of your Mount Carmel Lady Aces, looking to get that 20th win of the season. This is the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. We will be back in about 2 minutes.
New year, new Ford at Steve Faulkner Automotive. New 2024 Ford Expedition up to $12,000 off. And take home a new 24 Ford truck now with invoice pricing. See them all at SteveFaulknerAutomotive.com. This is the year for your new ride at Steve Faulkner Automotive. Get a new 2024 Dodge Hornet, now 0% APR, and Jeep Wranglers with 0% financing and up to $6,000 off. Come in and get yours today.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Get ready for Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic. Experience an evening of amazement and wonder as you dazzle in magic and illusions live with world-class magician Jason Hootie. With a show featuring grand illusions, comedic audience participation, incredible sleight of hand, and much more. Get your tickets now and prepare to be amazed with Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
Back here, you just listened to the Keep Us Funeral Home halftime show. If you need to find them, they're located on 1500 North Cherry Street. The Tim Phillips of Jade Investment scoreboard, 1 minute and 20 seconds until we get the second half underway. It's 35-14 in favor of your Mount Carmel Lady Aces against this Lady Tigers squad. Max, a lot of positives there from the Aces, especially from their big 3.
Yeah, when your big 3 has 20, or your big 2 right now has 24 points, then you add in the rest of your big 3, you got 20, or 35 points. That's something that you really like to see as a head coach. You're getting most of your scoring back next year, and Mount Carmel's doing one thing, and they're just working the ball around. They're working really hard on defensive end, and that's causing Olney to struggle a little bit, even though they have lacked in closing out a couple times, and we're going to see if they can improve that as the night goes on.
So to begin this one, Aces will have the basketball going from right to left now down the court. Olney will go vice versa. Here's man to Hershey. Hershey up top, directing traffic. Ball in her right hand, waist high dribble. Getting it over to Stevens. Stevens to man, right corner, back to Stevens. Over to Sellers, left side. Aces working it around early here. 7:40 to play here in this third quarter. Tipped out of bounds off of Maddie Stevens. It'll go the way of Olney.
Mount Carmel, this is the exact same 1-2-2 that Newton runs outside of they don't trap like Newton. They really need to work it to Macy Randall in that short corner because I think she could hit Maddie Stevens on some sort of back cut on every single play.
Weiler trying to get the scoring done early here in this second half, knocking in a long right side three.
In the JV game, we saw it where Olney came back by the three ball, so they're probably going to continue to try and do that even on the varsity level.
Hershey giving one right back, a short corner jumper. She has 12. Here's Bloomer to Flitner. Flitner directing traffic, handing it off to Gibson. 7 minutes to play, third quarter, 37-17 the score. Flitner driving, middle of the lane, kicking. Bloomer pump fakes the three, right back out to Flitner. Flitner skipping it to Gibson, drives baseline right side, goes up against Randall, got blocked, but it goes out of bounds off of Randall, stays here.
Good job there by Randall as she saw that they had some sort of cut. She was able to rotate out, help the helper, and get a block right there easily.
Bloomer on the inbound. Gets it to Weiler. Weiler dribbling to Flitner. Flitner left side, step back, corner three, no good. Missed it way long. Rebound, Randall. Comes Hershey down the left edge. Hershey, zip pass inside, blocked by Flitner as Stevens goes up. Aces will retain possession as it went out of bounds.
Use of some sort of shot fake there would have saved her from getting her shot block, but she's power dribbled and went up. I think she used some sort of shot fake. She would have got an open look there at the basket.
Man, left corner three, missed it short. Rebound Lemke to Flitner. Flitner to Bloomer, left corner. Bloomer guarded by Stevens, getting it off to Weiler. 6:10 to play, third quarter, 37-17. Weiler driving, kicking. Bloomer open, left corner three, missed it short off the top of the backboard. Should be out of bounds, but rebounded by Randall as Lemke is going to pick up her third foul, it looks like.
Doesn't matter if she missed or not, got to close out. There wasn't any sort of closeout there as Maddie Stevens just kind of stayed in the lane. I don't know if she knew that she wasn't that great of a shooter or not, but you got to respect everybody, and you got to just close out there.
Mann will bring it up. Over to Sellers. Now to Hershey. Hershey right corner, driving baseline, stopping in the short corner, dumping it off down low to Stevens, but she got fouled mid-pass. It's going to go against Flitner, her second. And the inbound to get it to Hershey. Hershey driving with her left hand, kicking to Sellers. Sellers left corner three, missed it. It's going to be a rebound for Flitner. Flitner coming up right edge, behind the back dribble. Now middle of the court to Bloomer. Bloomer thought about a long three, didn't take it. Now Flitner drives, left side of the lane, spinning, floating, oh, and just rimming out. Here comes Hershey. Hershey down low, Stevens. Stevens one dribble, bounced it off her own foot, picks it up and tries to stand up with the basketball, which is going to be a travel.
She tried to dribble there. She just got the ball grabbed. I actually think it should have been jump ball first, but I guess we just don't have as good of an angle at it as they do.
Here's Flitner right wing, getting it to Lemke up top. Lemke trying to find Weiler, picked off by Hershey. Hershey one-on-one against Weiler, left side of the window, easy 2 points.
She now ties Macy Randall with 14 apiece, so you got 28 between two players. That's really tough to beat.
39-17 the score. Aces in front. Flitner charity stripe jumper, high arcer, and missed it wildly. Bloomer falls down, out of bounds, goes the way of Olney.
I think it goes the way of Mount Carmel here.
Oh, it does, yep. I had the size of the court wrong there.
It's all right. We switched quarters, and you decide to miss on us a lot now, Riley. So
that is true.
We'll give you like a rustiness pass every once in a while.
I think I get a, 2 games, you think?
No.
Maybe being a little generous there as Hershey puts one up, missing. Rebound falls in the hands of Randall. Missed that one, gets her own miss, puts it up. She now has 16.
She's got double-double off of her own misses. She's rebounds are a miss over everybody else. I think she has at least 6 rebounds off of that alone.
Gibson, left wing, driving, mid-range, off the right window, no good. Rebound, Randall. Randall handing it off to Hershey. 41-17 the score for 12 to play third quarter. Here's Peach. Peach, the pump fake. Eventually getting it swung all the way over to Hershey, but it's tipped out of bounds by Weiler, so it'll stay here with the black jerseys and the Lady Aces.
Mount Carmel's really got to continue work when they rotate that ball of not throwing a weak pass. That was just a lazy, weak pass right there, and I think anybody could have tipped that. I could have went out there really out of shape and tipped that pass.
Quinn and Gray check in. Randall going up against 3 defenders and 1. Another chance for a three-point play. We'll see if she can convert this one.
Just really hard to defend. She's 6'3", and she finishes through contact really well.
So Lemke picking up her 4th personal foul. So she will likely be out for the rest of this quarter. With 4 minutes to play here in the third, 43-17 in favor of Mount Carmel. Randall goes up, can't get a lucky bounce, and misses another free throw. Comes Weiler. Weiler, long pass picked off by Stevens. Stevens driving left edge, foul called. It looks like it will be against Weiler. It'll be her 2nd foul.
She doesn't turn there. She probably gets a charge on Maddie Stevens, but she turns to try to evade the contact and not pick up a foul, when she should have just let her run into her and pick up a foul.
Here's Mann. Mann to Hershey, left, corner, Trey, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Weiler. All sorts of hands inside there. A foul is going to be called. It's going to go against Olivia Peach, who picks up her 1st.
You're getting a foul 90 feet away from the basket. It doesn't matter if you miss. You don't really need to continue fighting for it. Let her get the rebound, clear out, get back on defense, instead of sitting there and poking and fighting for the ball.
Stella Woodcock checks in for Madeline Mann. Weiler into Gray, who gives it right back to Weiler on the inbound. 3:38 to play third quarter, 43-17 the score. Gray out to Gibson. Gibson crossing over, kicking out to Gwynn. Gwynn right corner now at the charity stripe. Trying to hand it off to Weiler, who loses it now on the floor. Bounce pass to Gibson. Gibson driving baseline. Bounce pass inside to Gwynn. Goes up, no good. Rebound Randall. Gives it to Hershey.
Really good hustle and help by the Aces right there.
Hershey quickly down low to Stevens, who gets an easy 2 points off the right side. It's going to be 45-17. Here's Weiler faking the spin, skipping it to Gwynn. Now it's Gibson. Gibson driving. Gwynn, left, wing, 3, bottoms. So Gwynn picks up her first points of the day, 45 to 20, 2:43 to play here in this third quarter. Hershey down low, fadeaway jumper in the right short corner. How pretty is that? She has 16. Here's Gray, driving, handing it off. Gibson, now to Gwynn. Gwynn, longer one. This one also from the right wing. She knocks in another 6 straight points for her.
If she makes the 3, close out. There's no reason in closing out weak, just tossing a hand up, get a hand up, close out, and attack the shooter and not give them that kind of look at a three-pointer.
Peach looking to respond, couldn't quite get it from the left side. Rebound tipped out of bounds, goes the way of Olney. 47-23 the score, 2:05 to play third quarter. Stevens checks out for Evie Sellers, who is in. Here's Gwynn. Now to Gibson up top. Gibson handing it off to Flitner, who's trying to drive all the way down. Left side of the lane. Nice touch pass down low to Coker, who puts it up and through off the glass. Coker now with 4. 47-25, 22-point lead for the Aces. Here's Olivia Peach. Bounce pass to Hershey. Looking over, swinging it to Woodcock. Woodcock bounce pass to Hershey. Almost got it taken away by Gibson, who was all over it. Now here's Sellers. Sellers right corner back to Woodcock. Looking down low to Randall. Couldn't quite get it to her. Sellers right wing 3. No good. Missed it short. Rebound Flitner.
Continue to work the ball around. You're up 22 points with 1:19 left, and they're a good three-point shooting team. Continue to work the ball around and not give them any sort of possessions.
Randall down the other end after an only miss, puts 2 up and in. She now has 20 points, 49-25 the score, 1 minute to play third quarter. Here's Flittner, driving ball in the right hand, waist high dribble, handing it off to Gwynn, up top now to Gray. Gray skipping it, Flittner with it, driving baseline off the right side. Hammer pass over to Gibson, didn't take the 3, she drives middle of the lane, goes up, blocked by Randall. Rebound Hershey. Hershey's gonna take this one by herself, another easy 2 for her.
I guess don't hold the ball. Sometimes I say stuff and that instantly gets proved wrong. I have the opposite of the announcer's curse.
Macy Randall picks up a foul there against Flittner. Could have sworn that was all ball there, but I guess I'm not an official, so.
It was with the body. That's what they're going to call it. They called it on, I guess, the body of her just throwing a hip out maybe or something, but, you know, I agree with you, Riley.
Ball doesn't lie. Flittner missed the first one.
Can't say ball doesn't lie after the first one. They have to miss both.
You know what? I guess you're right. Knowing my luck.
Premature and announcers jinxed us.
Yep. Knowing my luck, she's going to make this one now. She puts it up. Yep, and how about that? Puts it through. She has 5.
We called it.
51-26 in favor of Mount Carmel. 30 seconds to play third quarter. Here's Woodcock. Woodcock to Hershey. Hershey to Peach. Peach right corner. One dribble to the left, gets it to Hershey, who drives, gets it to the cherry stripe, middle of the lane, floats it up, no good. Tipped out of bounds, should stay here, and it will. 15.6 to play here in the third quarter. Whistle blown, a bit of a conversation at the scorer's desk, but nothing crazy. Now here's Sellers on the inbound. Sellers getting it to Hershey. Hershey to Sellers. Sellers wide open, left corner tray, bottoms.
There wasn't anybody within 20 feet of her. The closest defender was under the rim. Great play there by Coach Matt McCarty.
Flittner driving at the buzzer, no good. Tip in at the horn, no good as well. 54-26, 28-point lead for the Aces going in to the fourth and final stanza. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
Buy Low is Mount Carmel's local grocery destination, proudly serving the community with fresh products, friendly faces, and great deals every week. From our fresh deli and bakery to a wide variety of produce, fresh cut meat selections, and even an Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need, all close to home. Stay updated on all the savings at myiga.com or follow us on Facebook at Mount Carmel Buy Low for the latest specials. Shop local, save big at Buy Low, Mount Carmel's hometown store.
Final 8 minutes on deck. Olney will have possession here. 54-26 in favor of Mount Carmel, who are well on their way to their 20th win of the season. See how this fourth quarter goes.
The Aces just need 2 more points for running clock, Riley. I think everybody here is rooting for it. I'm especially rooting for it. You know, since we're still college students, I got an 8 a.m. class to catch in the morning.
Man.
So, you know, this is still 30 minutes away. It's going to be a long drive, and I got to be to bed by 9.
Well, for your sleep schedule, I'm rooting for that as well. Weiler with it to Flittner, left elbow. Driving middle of the lane, kicking. Bloomer, right corner, triple, no good. Rebound falls in the hands of Mann. Mann outlet pass up to Sellers. Sellers looking down low, Stevens finds her right side. There's that running clock. Maddie Stevens with 8 points total.
And it doesn't matter how much they score, that clock is not going to stop, Riley.
Flittner goes up, misses the floater short. Rebound Randall, nice pass to Hershey. Hershey trying to weave in and out of traffic. Goes up, left hand off the glass and in.
That's up there, too, for some of the best moves I've seen, both in the same game.
Weiler responds with a short corner jumper. They're going back and forth now that the clock's not stopping.
Let them go on their run now. You just got to stay enough ahead. Let the clock run out.
58-28, 7 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Man with it up top over to Randall. Randall skipping to Hershey. Hershey denying a ball screen, getting to the elbow, putting up a jump shot and getting fouled in the process. So she will go to the line. Weiler picks up her third foul. Randall goes to the line for 2, looking to eclipse Macy Randall in the scoring department. Oh boy, I just shouldn't have said anything. She misses the first one.
For every free throw, we're just going to go on a silence streak. And if you're on the radio, I promise we just didn't leave. And even on stream, we didn't leave. But we're not allowed to talk before free throws about them making or missing it.
Hershey on the second. Puts that one in. Hey, it worked. 21 points for Hershey. 59-28. 6:08 to play fourth quarter. Here's Gibson. Gibson driving, kicking to Flittner. Now Bloomer. Bloomer straight away. Getting it right back to Flittner, who drives right hand. Tips it, trying to get it back out to Weiler, but tipped away by Hershey. In the backcourt, ball on the floor. Hershey defending her and getting it up to Flittner. Flittner behind the back dribble, stepping back right corner. Now up top, Bloomer. Straight away, travels before she put it on the deck off the shot fake.
Right now, we just can't continue to stress enough how the Aces defense has just looked so good this game. They've continued to pressure and force a lot of turnovers here on the Olney Tigers.
Gray checks in along with Marley Brown, who checks in for the first time today. Gibson takes a seat. Kara Lewis also checks in for Macy Randall. Randall will most likely be out for the rest of this ball game. That's 20 points that she will finish with if that is the case. Here's Sellers. Sellers left corner. Up top, Stevens. Stevens to man. Here's Hershey now. Hershey driving, getting it to Stevens. Stevens right block goes up, no good. Rebound falls out of bounds. It'll stay here with the black jerseys in Mount Carmel. Zoe Randall, Stella Woodcock check in as well. Sellers and Mann take a seat. Hershey on the inbound, bounce pass down low, Stevens. Stevens hook shot with the right hand off the glass and in. Stevens now in double figures with 10.
3 players all in double figures, Riley. That is always fun to see.
Flittner, right block, kicking. Here's Brown for 3 straight away. Missed it short. Rebound Lewis, getting it to Hershey. Hershey coming up the floor, getting it to Woodcock. Woodcock, right corner, triple, no good, airmail. Rebound off of Lewis's foot, goes the way of Olney. 3:55 and counting here in this one. 61-28 the score. A bunch of substitutions. We'll get to them as they get the ball here for Olney. As bringing it up is going to be Gwynn, who's freshly checked in. Gwynn to Gray, getting it over to another freshly checked in ball, number 11. Tipped out of bounds. Foul's going to go against Hazel Ernest for Mount Carmel. So JV squad's in. Ernest, Riggs, Woodcock, Randall, and Lewis in for the Aces. On the inbound, it'll be Ball. Ball getting it to Gwynn. Gwynn up top. Over to Gray. Gray into the right corner, Brown. Brown up top, handing it off to Ball. Ball driving, right hand dribble, waist high. Here's Ball, takes a straightaway 3, no good. Missed it off the bottom of the backboard. Riggs with the rebound, and she travels.
For a second, I thought it was over and back, and I'm a big stickler on all 3 points have to cross. If she just has 1 foot and 1 foot over, it's not a technically over and back. So I thought that's what he called. And that made me a little aggravated there.
Thankfully for your blood pressure, it was just a travel call.
Thankfully. Check the BPMs on my watch. That's probably 115.
It's going to pop up with you need to relax.
Take a shot at insulin.
Aces steal it on the inbound, and here comes Ernest down the right edge. Ernest up to Lewis. Lewis at midcourt getting it to Randall. Randall trying to go left. Picks it up after dribbling it away. Lewis now with it. Waist-high dribble ball in her right hand. Picks up the dribble. She's guarded closely. Has to get it to someone and hands it off to Woodcock. Woodcock up top, getting a ball screen from Randall, taking it to the left side, crossing over to the right, getting charity stripe, takes the jumper, trying to bank one in, couldn't quite do it. Rebound falls in the hands of Gwen coming down the right side. Long pass gets it to Brown, left corner three, and it sticks between the heel and the basket. So a jump ball will be called, and they'll have to find a way to get this thing down. So we'll see how this one ends. At this point, this might be the end of the game with the running clock. See what they're going to get. Looks like one of the boys basketball players who just got out of practice.
Yeah, I guess one of the only basketball players is going to run up there and do it.
And he does so with the backpack on. Gets a nice round of applause.
Thank goodness he looks to be about 6'7". So looked pretty easy for him.
Under 60 seconds to play now. It'll be Stella Woodcock to bring it up. See if the Aces just hold it here or if they run something out. And with over 30 seconds, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Woodcock getting the ball screen, crossing over to her right, getting it to Lewis. Lewis getting it tipped away, and a charge call against Lewis. It's going to be her first. On the inbound, they are going to get it to Gwen. Gwen to Ball. Ball, right corner three, missed everything. Rebound, Ernest. Ernest up to Woodcock, and they're just going to dribble this one out. Well, Lewis is going to take a deep three, almost banks it in. But that is going to spell the end of this one. 61-28 the final. Mount Carmel improving to 20-4 on the season. Olney falling to 12-11. Coming up is in the post-game show, we'll go over scores and talk to head coach Matt McCarty. We will be back in about 3 minutes.
As soon as I came here, I started looking at the programs that they have, and the most that I like, it was early childhood education, and then after I see the classes and everything, that's the one that I picked. I would like to be a teacher in the future. I like it so much because I had the experience to work at Small World with the kids, and each day I learn, and I learn from the kids, and like with my teachers, like they teach me all the stuff that I need to do and to be a better teacher. And classes is amazing, so I would just recommend everyone to come here to Wabash Valley College.
Hello, I'm Sarah Harrell. I'm from Crossville, Illinois, and I attend here at Wabash for the Advanced Manufacturing Program. Being here has really helped me grow and really experience what it'll be like later in life, being able to work in a shop and actually run machines. I've loved working on the 3D printer and on the wire EDM and just CNC machines in general. I want to be like a designer and programmer type thing so I can do most of my time on SolidWorks and programming CNC machines.
Get ready for Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic. Experience an evening of amazement and wonder as you dazzle in magic and illusions live with world-class magician Jason Hootie. With a show featuring grand illusions, comedic audience participation, incredible sleight of hand, and much more. Get your tickets now and prepare to be amazed with Jason Hootie, Mesmerizing Magic.
At Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center, we believe that sometimes a helping hand is all it takes for seniors to get their lives back on track. Our dedicated team of healthcare professionals are here to offer guidance and support, helping navigate the unique health and lifestyle concerns faced by seniors. Whether dealing with feelings of anxiety, loneliness, or unresolved grief, struggling with changes in mood or concentration, or coping with health-related challenges, we're here for you. Call Wabash General Hospital Senior Enrichment Center at 618-263-9116.
There's a lot of things that you can do to help and reduce your heating bills over the wintertime. Open the draperies in the house. Let the sun warm the interior of your home during the day. That helps reduce some of that heating load during the day. Consider installing programmable thermostats. You know, you can drop the temperature down while you're not there, or in the evening times when you're asleep, make the house a little cooler, and then have those programmable thermostats bring the temperature up at the times you're actually in the home, not away.
Back here in Olney, Mount Carmel defeating the Olney Lady Tigers 61-28. Mount Carmel improving to 20-4 on the season. Olney falling to 12-11. Max, in this one, you had two 20-point scores for Mount Carmel. A third one in double digits, and Maddie Stevens just all around a great night. Exactly what we expect night in and night out from this Lady Aces squad.
That's what Mount Carmel can do every night. The defense improved so much as they allowed 28 points, 14 per half, and they allowed 2 points in the fourth quarter. The defense in the third quarter struggled a little bit, but they made 3 threes. When somebody makes 3 threes, they're going to have a high-scoring quarter, but the offense was firing for the Aces. Really just everything the Aces were doing tonight was working for them. They, in my opinion, probably had their best game of the year that I've seen. Even at that game that they won at the Mary Mule, all the games that they've won against big teams like Newton, this is the best game they've had by far, simply because they worked well and they went out there and they did what they're supposed to do. So I think there's nothing we can complain about. There's nothing that Mount Carmel can complain about, because they beat a 3A school by 30, even if Olney's 12-11 now. But you beat a 3A school by 30 points, you got to be really happy about the way you played.
And this Mount Carmel team that played tonight, real super sectional contender this year. I mean, obviously last year losing a last-second shot against T-Town still burned in the brain of head coach Matt McCarty in that regional championship last season. And this year he is dead set on getting that first super sectional for this Lady Aces program.
You know, I understand shoot for the stars, but first comes regionals.
Yeah.
First comes sectionals, then super sectionals. So, yeah, 2 rounds of postseason before you get to the main goal. Just work through what you're doing, continue to grow every game, and you're going to get better. You're 20-4 now.
Yeah.
So you've eclipsed that 20-win mark, and you can only go up from here. You want 30 wins. You know, and if they can continue to do what we expect them to do, this Mount Carmel team could even compete on the state level. So it's all just growing right now for the Aces.
We look at scoring numbers for either side to start to close out, as we will soon talk to head coach Matt McCarty. First for Olney, Khalees Weiler had 8 points. Leah Gibson had 5. Aaliyah Flintner had 5. Mallory Coker had 4, and Jalen Gwynn had 6, hit 2 threes for that Olney team. For Mount Carmel, the pair of 20-point scorers, I bet you could probably guess who they were. Riley Hershey and Macy Randall. How about that? Who would have thought?
I wasn't sure I didn't know you wanted me to guess there, Riley.
No, it's all good. Maddie Stevens with 10, Madeline Mann with 2. Evie Sellers finishes with 8, including 2 3-pointers there in that second half. Now joined by head coach Matt McCarty. Coach, Max and I both agree that was some of the best basketball this team has played all year.
Yeah, that might be one of the best games that we've played so far this year, offensively and defensively. Pretty balanced scoring. We shut down their 2 studs. I couldn't be more proud of the girls.
A pair of 20-point scorers here tonight. I mean, at the high school level, when you have 2 players within even close to that 20-point margin, it's really hard to stop. How important is it for Hershey and Randall to continue on this momentum train they're on?
Oh, you know, extremely important. You know, there are 2 leading scorers, and you know, we have 2 other girls that have been up high in scoring this year as well. If if Evie Sellers gets hot, she's had an 18-point game, and I think a 15 or a 16-point game. Maddie Stevens has had some really high-scoring games. So we have 4 girls on our team that could literally go for 15, 20 any given night. But, yeah, you're right. Riley and Macy, they're the 2 that normally get there, but we are a very well-balanced scoring team.
Tonight officially at 20 wins on the season, so your first 2 years as the coach here with 20 wins plus at this point. I mean, how does that feel?
It's a great feeling, but I couldn't have got all these wins without these girls. They come to practice, they battle, they work hard every single day. So it's a great feeling to have to be so successful so early in my career, but you can't do it without a really good team. So all the props go out to them.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and have a safe trip.
Hey, thank you guys very much.
So Mount Carmel improves to 20-4 with the final of 61-28 over this Olney squad, who falls to 12-11. So with that, for the crew here running the stream, for the crew in the studio at 100.5 WSJD, and for Max Sherlock, I'm Riley Angel, and as always, have a good night.